And a very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Final day of this 39th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament, and we have made it back over onto the winner's side of this bracket as we feature the game for 7th place. And this is a battle of a couple of schools out of Belleville as the Althoff Catholic Crusaders get ready to take on the Belleville East Lancers. My name is Todd Duke. Steven Stock on the other microphone. How are you, sir?
I'm ready for this one. It's been a fun 2 days. Now ready for this third day. It should be a good one here between two Belleville teams.
Yeah, it's finally a nice chance for you and I to get to do a game together. You guys have been with Matt Clark and Zach Roseman over there for the last couple of days, and we appreciate the help of both of them, and glad that you can make it in here for the Belleville East side of things here at this Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament. So what do you think of the tournament?
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, I watched the games last year. When I came into the tournament last year, I said, I'm only going to watch the Belleville East games. I ended up watching way more. I ended up watching, I think, about 10, 15 games or so of that tournament. It was a lot of fun. I came into this tournament here, and yesterday I know we had a long break between the first East game and the second game at 9 o'clock. And I was thinking, I'm going to go home for a bit. I ended up staying and just taking everything in. It was so much fun. This is a great tournament. It is greatly ran and got a lot of great people doing this.
Yeah, all right. So before we get going to the festivities that are getting ready to take below us, give me your thoughts on the matchup for the championship game between Collinsville and Quincy.
Well, if Collinsville plays like they did yesterday, because they shot the basketball so well, Jamari Weisinger, Nick Horace had great games in those two games against Triad and Lincoln last night. So if they shoot the basketball well, that's a top-tier Collinsville team. I think they're hard to beat, and I think they're going to win. So if they shoot the ball well, they will win. But Quincy's a really complete team. They're a team that had a battle of adversity yesterday. You know, they were down by to O'Fallon throughout the majority of that first half into the third quarter. So it'll be an interesting matchup. But I think Collinsville, playing in their home gym, they're going to have a home court advantage as well.
Yeah. All right, let's get to this game down here and battle of a couple of Belleville schools. I don't know how familiar you are with Althoff. I don't know if Belleville East plays Althoff throughout the year, but you probably know better than I do.
Well, we ended up playing 10 days ago. This is a rematch 10 days in the making where Belleville East actually took on Althoff last Tuesday night. Last Tuesday. Ended up being a game that went to overtime. Belleville East kind of had the lead for majority of the game, and Althoff took it at the end really late in the game. I believe it was like a 1 or 2 point lead. Belleville East got it back. We went to overtime, and Belleville East ended up winning 63-58. The leading scorer for Althoff, who had 18 points, De'Aaron Hill Jr., ended up fouling out early in overtime, and their second leading scorer, Alex Johnson, who had 9 points, ended up fouling out as well. So Belleville East got a 5-point win, and you can think those two players are fouling out, but also Belleville East, not a game, was without their senior point guard, Khalil Waller, which makes this rematch even more intriguing because you're missing guys in overtime for Althoff, and you're missing your point guard in Belleville East.
Yeah, well, he's trying to rebound after that 47-40 loss to Triad last night, and that came onto the heels of only scoring 27 points against Lincoln. And I would imagine both of those games really tired out your Lancers.
No, and you saw that in the shooting. I looked at the score, the final box score last night. Belleville shot 3 for 22 from three. That is the worst three-point percentage I've seen Belleville shoot in this season and last season combined. It was just a game or really just a day, because both two games they did not shoot the basketball well. And Belleville, they've had stretches this season where they can't find buckets on a few straight possessions, but it hasn't been like this where it's carried over to 2 straight games where you cannot shoot the basketball consistently. You lost by 7 to Triad last night. You make some buckets. Bellevue's got it to 1 possession, 2 possessions at times, but they just couldn't get that bucket to get it to a tie game or even take the lead.
Yeah, and Althoff trying to rebound after being handed a loss by the 2-time defending champions of this tournament in the MacArthur Generals. And Althoff's one of those teams, man, that if they're down in the first half of the game, you can't count them out in the second half because they're a comeback team.
Yeah, the thing that is they shoot the 3-ball a lot, and they can shoot the 3-ball and make it. And you saw that a little bit in that Decatur MacArthur game. It was almost a running clock situation. It was getting close to 30, and they got it to 15 and ended up losing by I think it was 11 or 12, something like that in that game. So they're a team, if Belleville takes a lead on, do not count them out. And we saw in the game against Althoff last week when these two schools played. Belleville had an 8-point lead at one point. Althoff ended up taking the lead late in the fourth. So if Belleville leads, you cannot count them out.
That is true. That is Steven Stock. My name is Todd Duke. I'll have the call of the first half of this game, and then in the second half, Steven Stock will take over the play-by-play duties, and we're excited to get this thing going. And hopefully, if things work out, I can kind of come to your place for the Chick-fil-A Classic, but
yes,
we'll have to see how things pan out in that area.
Hopefully.
All right, how about some starters for you for Belleville East? It's the usual starting 5. You'll find Tallis Lowry, Jalen Dawson, Khalil Waller, Savion Mitchell, and Ja'Cory Brown on the court. For Althoff, Earl Liverpool, Alex Johnson, Bryden Grismala, Dier Hill Jr., and the coach's son, Patton Lieb, as Althoff comes into this contest with a record of 9-5, and Belleville East now 8-6 after suffering back-to-back losses in this tournament. And that's kind of uncharacteristic for a team that I think a lot of people had going deeper into this tournament than they have been.
Yeah, and it goes back to kind of last year. You have so much roster turnover. So many players graduating. They have Talis Lowry. There's only one guy returning. You're playing with a lot of inexperienced players. Coach Creek, the head coach for Belleville, really described it well. The biggest thing about this team is that they're just trying to get adjusted to this game pace. They're all JV guys going to varsity. It's a whole different game speed, a whole different pace. They're trying to get used to it, and they had to play two difficult defenses to figure out in Lincoln and Triad yesterday. And when they figured that out, they couldn't make their shots. So again, if you can make your shots, I think Belleville will have a chance in this. But with how they shot yesterday, it was just a rough day, and so far, a rough tournament so far.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked at that score for the Lincoln game when you guys only put up 27 points. I was in Coach Anderson's office, the assistant coach to Darren Lee here, and before that Lincoln-Collinsville game took place, and he's like, man, I hope we can score more points than Belleville East did, because he was really worried about that, but it was like two different games for Lincoln.
No, yeah, and Lincoln, their defense worked pretty solid against Belleville East, but Collinsville, I mean, when you can shoot the basketball well, you're able to, put points on the board, and they beat Lincoln's defense pretty good, and Lincoln couldn't catch up at all. As that game went on, Collinsville just ran away with it.
Yeah, they were on fire last night. Collinsville was, especially from the three-point stride. Althoff, they took care of Mundelein pretty handily in the first game, 75-52. I'm not surprised that Althoff won. I'm just surprised about the lopsidedness of the score.
Yeah, and they played really well in that game, and I was hoping to see a little more of that in the second round game against Quincy, but Quincy being one of the best teams in IHSA Class 4A, one of the best teams in the state, really took care of business. So, and then Althoff, I think they could probably did a little better, but they had a rough start in that game against Decatur MacArthur yesterday too.
Yeah, that is true. So we'll find out here, a little switcheroo, because yesterday Althoff was in the white jerseys almost the whole time they were out here. And today they are going to be also, as they are introduced to the crowd by Jim Sika over on the microphone. Althoff is being introduced now. Belleville East has already been introduced. The Lancers are out here in their midnight blue uniforms, trimmed in a little of the sky blue and a little white. They have their numbers in white on the fronts and on the backs of their jerseys. And the Althoff Crusaders, they come out here in their white uniforms. They got a little bit of that midnight blue as well, but those are just the numbers and a little bit of trim. Althoff over the tops of those numbers, Catholic under the bottoms of those numbers on the fronts of their jerseys. And we are just about ready to get underway here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Jim Sika always ends up getting the wrong script or the wrong roster to read. All right, after this game, we will move over to the fifth place game, and that'll feature the defending champs, the MacArthur Generals, and the Triad Knights. And then after that, we'll move back over to the consolation side of the bracket, the consolation championship between Granite City and Carbondale. And then, of course, we have the third place game between O'Fallon and Lincoln, and the championship game between Quincy and Collinsville. We are underway. Belleville East wins the opening tip-off, and the Lancers have the ball first. They have the word Lancers written across the fronts of their jerseys over their numbers in a little cursive, which is kind of out of style these days.
Yep.
Here is Talis Lowry. Lowry back on the wing, 7:45, we're just underway, 15 seconds in, and they'll back it up to Waller. Waller will stand near the midcourt stripe and survey things, looking for a chance to move the ball around, and they'll do so with Lowry. Lowry hands the ball off to Dawson in a baseline drive there by Waller, and not a lot of room to move. He was surrounded by three Crusaders. Althoff comes up with the loose ball. Here is Johnson. Johnson in front of the Belleville East bench will dribble and drive, kick it over to Lieb. Lieb in the corner trying to back his way into the paint. Almost forgot to take the ball with him, and then he'll finally get it out to Hill. Dier Hill Jr., he is one to pay attention to. High, arcing three. That misses the mark. Rebound belongs to Belleville East. Here comes Talis Lowry. Lowry skirts up that far sideline and moves over onto the left wing. He has the ball knocked out of his hands. Nice play there by Hill. Hill's going to try to muscle his way all the way down, and he'll be fouled before he can get the shot off, and that foul will belong to Talis Lowry.
One thing I'm looking to see out of both teams is they both had really slow starts yesterday. Obviously, Belleville in those first two games did not shoot the ball. They committed early turnovers. The same with Althoff in that Decatur MacArthur game. They did not get off the start they wanted to. So it'll be interesting to see who starts quick, who starts scoring the basket first, and how that leads into this one.
Hill at the free throw line. He went 4 for 4 yesterday in the loss to MacArthur. So we'll See if we get our first points coming via the charity stripe, and we'll have to wait a little longer for that.
And Hill's a good free throw shooter on the year. He's shooting 81%, so that's a rare miss there from the great football player and basketball player.
He's a stocky kid. He'll take his time, take a deep breath, bounce the ball a couple of times. He's ready to go. And the first point of this game comes from the free throw line, 1-0 in favor of Althoff. Here come the Lancers and Tallis Lowry. Lowry over on the right wing. He'll try to back it up, looking for a little outlet pass, trying to find Waller. Took him a minute to get open, did Waller. And Waller, he'll be out on the top of the key, into the paint, takes the shot, can't get it to go, but he will go to the free throw line.
And a good thing Beverly did yesterday, and especially last night in the Lincoln game too, was they got to the free throw line. They were able to take drives, draw a foul, but they couldn't finish from the free throw line. I believe it was 5 for 9 or 6 for 11 in the Lincoln game and 5 for 8 in the Triad game last night. Those aren't great percentages. You left a lot of points on the board, and something Beverly wants to do today is make those free throws.
Liverpool guilty of that foul for Althoff, and the first point on the board for Waller. We're tied at a robust score of 1-1, and the bottom of the first inning.
There you go.
Yeah. Waller back up at the free throw line. Did not go to the free throw line in the loss to Triad last night. And he will make both, and that gives the Lancers the 1-point lead at 2-1. 6:40 left to play here in this first quarter. And here come the Althoff Crusaders, and here is Hill. Hill will slow things down a bit in reverse direction back over toward the near side. And a little underhand jab over there to Grismala. Grismala back out to Liverpool. Liverpool at the logo at midcourt, gives it up to Hill. Hill deep out on the right wing, back to the top of the key for Johnson. Over to Liverpool. Liverpool, and handoff there to Grismala. Back out to Liverpool. Grismala travels in from the right wing, free throw line. Shot, that one hits the front of the rim and then rolls in. So back to a 1-point lead now for Althoff. Here is Waller. Waller across the timeline, brings it across the Prairie Farms logo there on that sideline. And a give and go, and we'll kick it back outside now for Mitchell. And Mitchell, and this is the three-point shot. Rebound comes all the way out and off of the knee of Dawson, and that'll give the ball back to Althoff.
I hope that first shot here on the 3 by Belleville East isn't a precursor to what we can see from the Lancers from 3. But looking at Althoff, though, it makes them so good. They got 3 scorers, even 4 scorers on the court. Liverpool does such a good job bringing the ball up. He has a great playmaking ability, and with scores on the court, they're dangerous.
So far, in the first 2 games, there's been a lot of missed three-pointers here.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that we can rectify that situation as we go along here, because Collinsville lives off that three-pointer a lot. Into the corner it goes. Here's a three-point try by Alex Johnson, and that one is good. And the Crusaders go up by 4. 5:30 left to play here in this opening quarter, and it's 6-2 in favor of the Crusaders. Here is Khalil Waller. Waller will deliberately walk across the logo here at midcourt, and then take it over to the left wing where he hands it off to Lowry. Lowry at the top of the key. Over into the far side corner in front of Coach Lieb. That is Jalen Dawson. Dawson back out front now for Lowry. Lowry will skirt his way back over to the left side. He'll take the place and stand in front of Coach Lieb. Tries to keep away from Hill at the free throw line. A pass, I guess you can call it a pass, to Mitchell. Mitchell then gives it up now for Dawson. Out to the front now for Brown. And underneath the basket, off of the rim, just at the buzzer. And Althoff collects the rebound. They bring it back up. And here is Grismala. Grismala over on the left wing. Skirts around closer into the corner now. Looking for a little relief. Finds some in Lieb. Lieb out on the left wing. Over to the right side. And a three-point shot on the way. That one misses the mark from Alex Johnson. Rebound belongs to Belleville East. They try a quick transition. Off the glass. Good for 2. Jalen Dawson.
Jalen Dawson has such a good finishing ability. He's so strong down low. You see it there. And how about a steal?
Turnover, a turnover down low and then double-teamed over there. And now a foul is going to be handed out as Ja'Cory Brown got double-teamed from behind. One of the two give him a little bit of a shove.
Yeah, and then Belleville East, that defense, we'll see how Coach Creek wants to make his adjustments. He's made some good defensive adjustments in this tournament and this season. They've led to big plays. We'll see if Belleville East can finish that, though, on offense.
Patton Lieb guilty of the infraction. That's his first foul, team second for Althoff. 4:20 to go here in this opening quarter. 6-4, 2-point lead belongs to the Althoff Crusaders. On the wing is Waller. Waller all the way back at the sideline. Almost stepped out of bounds over there. And now they get the ball over to Lowry. Lowry dribbles his way in from the left wing. Takes a shot from just outside the lane. Can't get it to go. Rebound squirts all the way out now to Liverpool. And Liverpool will bring his Crusaders back up. And he'll take it all the way. Reverse layup won't fall. And the rebound falls down into the hands of Ja'Cory Brown. Brown brings it up across the Prairie Farms logo, takes it into the paint himself, takes a shot, won't go. Hill gets the rebound for Althoff. Headlong pass to Liverpool, off the glass, good for 2, 8-4 Althoff.
It's good defense. They run a fast break, and Liverpool shows off his speed. Nice layup, and Althoff up by 4 here.
3.5 minutes to go as the whistle blows, and somebody's sitting down on their butt, and that would be Waller.
Yeah, I think Lieb's going to get called for a second already.
Yep, and Lieb's going to go have a seat, and coming in to take his place is going to be Johnson Fowler. Fowler will come in. You know, a little bit of a tall kid there, isn't he?
Yeah.
3:27 left to play, and Belleville East has the ball. They'll inbound it right at the end of the Althoff bench, and they'll do so to Waller. Waller will stand back at the midcourt stripe in front of the scorer's table, and he'll give it up now for Brown. Brown then gives it up for Lowry, or excuse me, that is Jenkins. And another whistle will stop the action. This game got started just a little bit late. We're not that far behind schedule.
It was actually ended up being pretty good on schedule when Belleville East started. I think they started a little bit after 9 o'clock. That first day ended up starting around 9:20. So
our first game of the day finished 25 minutes early.
Yeah.
There was hardly any whistles in that game. No one used any timeouts until we made it to the fourth quarter.
There you go.
Foul, handed out, and this one is going to go against Hill. So now 4 on the scoreboard as far as fouls go for Crusaders. So the next one will send the Belleville East Lancers to the line.
Yeah, they're going to have to watch out. There's still 3:12 to play in the first as well.
That one almost thrown away, but Brown finds the handle on it and just inside the paint takes a shot and another foul. And that's going to be it. That's 5. And the Lancers are going to be shooting free throws for the rest of this quarter. Ja'Cory Brown will go to the charity stripe this time. He went 1 for 2 in the loss to Triad last night.
And Brown's usually solid free throw shooter, and he had a rough day yesterday. Ended up getting injured in the Lincoln game. He comes back, plays the second half against Lincoln, gets injured again against Triad in the late cap, and ended up playing the second half. And, man, he took a lot of beatings down low, but he is really battled, and hopefully see what he can do here today as he misses the first one.
Hey, he misses the first one. He's pretty built, though. I'm guessing he can take a little bit of punishment.
Yeah, he's physical.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of drives.
Jordan Jackson checks into the game for the first time. Out goes Mitchell, and out goes Waller. And Brown has one more free throw coming his way. And another miss, and Althoff will handle the rebound, and that one's got to hurt if you're Belleville East, man. You got to hit those freebies.
Goes back to yesterday. Cannot leave points on the board.
There is Grozmala. Grozmala all the way back out to midcourt. Will drive it up this near side sideline, then reverse direction, and he'll give it up to Liverpool. Liverpool will fire the pass over in front of the scorer's table, and that is Johnson Fowler. Back out front now for Hill. He'll try to dribble his way around into the paint, takes an off-balance shot, can't get it to go. Rebound still being fought for. Hill gets it, and a three-point shot on the way. That one's a little bit short from Alex Johnson, and then the rebound, that belongs to Jenkins, and Jenkins will take it all the way down, off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound comes all the way out in the corner. Nice job of keeping it in bounds there by Jackson. He was teetering in that corner, about ready to fall out. There is a drive by Jenkins. He'll give it up now for Brown once again. Brown kind of gets knocked on his butt. Ball hits him in the shoe and falls right to Grozmala, and Grozmala has no problem turning that into 2 points. We have our first timeout called by Belleville East. It is a 30-second timeout, so we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. My name's Todd Duke. Steven Stock on the other microphone. 2:11 left here in this first quarter. And, Steven, the Lancers are already behind the 8 ball here, down by 6.
Well, and they're not making down their shots. And you talked about Corey Brown 0 for 2. Those are free throws, 3 points you need to make, and they went 0 for 2.
That's not a good way to begin the game. Here is Coleman. He'll fly in. There you go. There's some 2 points that Belleville East desperately needed. Althoff will work the ball back up court. Under 2 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Here comes Grismala. Grismala across the timeline, had a little bit of resistance from Kristen Jenkins there, but he managed to get the ball across in plenty of time. Now Grismala will fly through the baseline. He'll be fouled on the way up, and that one's going to go against Brown.
They just kind of came in there a little bit too late, made contact, and Althoff gets 2 free throws here. They're a solid free throw shooting team, so Grismala on the year.
Yeah, they called that one against Jenkins.
Oh, called Jenkins on it.
Yeah.
Grismala on the year is shooting almost 70% from the line, so another good free throw shooter on this Althoff team.
Yeah, he went 4 for 4 in last night's game. He and Hill. Alex Johnson went 4 of 6. They had a 13 of 16 performance Althoff did last night from the free throw line. Not bad considering they lost the game 69-55.
That's a good percentage, but
Yeah.
just couldn't pull it out at the end with the total points.
11-6 now in favor of Althoff.
And the thing with Belleville East, I'm just worried, as I've seen this season, is when they face a deficit and it starts to get double digits and you start to get closer to the half, they haven't been able to really come back yet. So Belleville East, they got to see if they can get some points here and keep it 2 possessions going in the second quarter.
Grismala went 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Then he gets replaced as DeMichael Jackson checks into the game. Also during that timeout was Luke Smith. He came into the game for the first time here for Althoff. Belleville East back with the ball. They trail 12-6, trying to make up a 6-point deficit. Thinking about that 3-point shot was Moody. And now a 3-point shot from the top of the key by Jenkins misses the mark. And a rebound belongs to the Crusaders. They'll dribble and drive for a minute, and another 3-point try of their own. That one's falling short as well. I'm telling you, man, 3-pointers are hard to come by here today.
They really are, and especially, these last 2 days have been hard shooting the 3 here.
There is a dribble drive and trying to go coast to coast, but fouled in the process. Or did the ball get knocked out of bounds? I think the ball got knocked out of bounds.
That's what it looked like to me, and yeah, they're going to trigger it in on the baseline here.
So Jalen Coleman will trigger the inbound pass, offset to the left of his basket. As he continues to look, better hurry, and he gets it all the way out for Brown. Brown at the top of the key, fires it back over for Coleman. Coleman dribbles his way to the the free throw line, and now they'll give it up over on the far side now for Jenkins. Jenkins into the corner, and Jenkins gets it right back. Now to Brown. Brown thought about getting rid of it, picks up his dribble. He's going to have to do something with it, so why not turn around, take a shot? Hits the inside of the rim, won't fall down. It falls down right into the hands of Liverpool, though. Liverpool gets it up real quick now for Luke Smith, and Smith hits a little pop out from just inside the perimeter. 14-6 now in favor of Althoff as we're down to the final 30 seconds, but there is a 3-second difference in the shot clock and the play clock, so Belleville East will have to get one off before the buzzer sounds. Inside, Brown. Oh, get that out of here, says Hill.
Yeah, I think he had a few of those in a game against Belleville East a week ago, and he's someone that he can score the basketball, can also play a little defense on the other end as well.
Yeah, 23.3 seconds to play, 21 seconds on the shot clock. So Belleville East still has to deal with that shot clock right now as Coleman sets another inbound, does so to Brown. Brown in the corner, gets it out front now for Lowry. Lowry at the free throw line travels.
Yeah, it's another unfortunate mistake by Belleville East. Turnover with 19 seconds left. Shot clock turns off. 8-point game. Althoff can just hold for the last shot, which I'm pretty sure they're going to do. And they can make this a 10, 11-point game going into the second.
Yeah, that's exactly what they have in mind. And here is Liverpool. Liverpool trying to get across the line and trying to find his way around Coleman. Does so. Hands off to Hill. Hill back in the slot area. 5 seconds left to go in the quarter. And Hill trying to make his move. Dumps it off underneath. Shot. And at the buzzer, it falls in off of the hands of Johnson Fowler. And that's the way that the first quarter comes to a close. Second quarter action is what we got coming your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for K-Hawk fans, before, after, or even during K-Hawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows K-Hawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, K-Hawk fans' pub of choice.
And we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Todd Duke, Steven Stock along with you for the call of this game between two Belleville schools, Althoff and Belleville East. 16-6, a 10-point lead for Althoff. And if you're Belleville East, you don't like to see that on the scoreboard.
No, down by 10, and we've seen they only have 6 points in the first quarter. Why? Because they're not making their shot. They missed a few free throws, down by 10, and Althoff is really going to add on to this here.
Yeah, no one can seem to make a three-point shot to save their lives here. Underneath the basket, shot no good there. Off of the hands of Johnson Fowler. The rebound belongs to Smith. He'll come in and pop one from about 8 feet out that hits, and that lead just got bigger. 18-6, 12-point lead for Althoff. Got to find an answer, does Belleville East. Here is Waller. Waller will cut across diagonally, give it up to Brown. Brown gives it up to Lowry. Lowry will throw it over to Waller once again. Waller at the top of the key stops his dribble, throws it out onto the wing, and here is Lowry once again. He'll be in a little bit of trouble. Found a little avenue of a bounce pass, and then over to Brown on the wing, or excuse me, that is Dawson. Dawson back out front now for Mitchell. Mitchell gets the ball over to Waller, and a baseline try, but they clamp onto the ball, and they call a foul. Yes, they did.
That's what it looked like. Mitchell trying to back down that left block, and we'll see if he can get going. I believe if he's been held to score. I think he may have 2 points in these 3 games of the tournament. He had a rough one against Althoff in the game last week. It was held scoreless in that overtime win.
They finally put I didn't hear what Sika said, but Johnson Fowler picked up that foul. Foul is reset as we start the second quarter, so that's the first one for Althoff. And here comes Belleville East trying to desperately score a point here. 3-point shot. That one misses the mark and tips over the rim. Ball on the ground, picked up by Hill, and then that is poked out of bounds by Lowry, and Althoff will get to keep it at midcourt.
That's another missed 3 by Belleville East. I mean, they just have not shot the 3-point well at all in this tournament. I mean, it's just been rough from 3, and it doesn't matter if it's open or contested. It just hasn't fallen.
Yeah, 3-point shots aren't easy, my friend.
No, it's not. And then, Belleville East isn't really a great 3-point shooting team. They're not a bad 3-point shooting team. They're more of a team that's going to play physical down low, but you would like to have that 3 if you're going to shoot that many a game.
Probably comes in streaks like everybody else. Sometimes you hit them, sometimes you don't. And there's a Miller missed 3. Falls right down into the hands of Luke Smith, and no good. And back the other way we go, and then we have a whistle.
It's going to be another foul on Althoff, it looks like here.
Well, that's been Althoff's biggest problem in this first half so far is they can't stop fouling.
Yeah, that's their 7th total second team foul in this quarter. And, again, they're still only a minute and a half through in the second quarter, so we may have another situation like we had in the first where Bellevue's gotten the double bonus pretty early.
Michael Jackson called for his first foul, and that's the second foul, as Mr. Stock mentioned. And the Lancers will inbound all the way down here at this end of the court. And they do so to Khalil Waller. Waller will bring it up the near sideline and then work his way over toward the wing. He'll give that up to Dawson. Dawson, top of the key for Brown. Brown dribbles his way over to the wing. He was thought about throwing it in the corner, but that corner was vacated. And now Lowry will take it in from the left wing. He'll give it up now for Waller. And Waller will launch a 3. And that was short as well. Short and off to the left. That wasn't even close.
I feel like, if there's still time on the shot clock, if there was, you can get a better shot.
Yeah. Like that one there from Michael Jackson. He just kind of came all the way down court and found a lane and put it in on the fingertip roll.
Yeah, put a contest up and still got it.
And a ball thrown away by Belleville East. Boy, I tell you what, they're compounding their own problems here. Down 20-6. Can't hold on to the ball, can't make a shot.
Yeah, and it was a 10-point game coming in the second. Now it's a 14. And see what Belleville East can do, but I mean, they're not really helping, as you mentioned, not really helping themselves when you're just throwing the ball away, you're not making your shots, and then you're playing solid defense, but you just can't get anything to go on the offensive side.
Inbound pass will not be thrown in by Liverpool. It'll be Luke Smith instead as Grismala checks back into the game, as does Johnson Fowler. Hill and Liverpool go to the bench. Smith inbounds and does so to Alex Johnson. Johnson back to Smith as they try to break a little backcourt pressure being put on here by the Lancers. Lancers needed to do something.
Yes.
Maybe this is their answer here.
Hopefully.
They finally get it over, and they got it over just in time. I think 10 seconds might have expired, but I think they got a foot over the line right when it hit that 10-second mark. Missed shot, and Coleman takes it down. Into the corner. Here comes another 3. That one's going to be too strong, and it hits the top of the backboard. A return volley by Hill won't go, Brown won't go, and then Althoff gets another rebound. Here comes Grismala. And he puts on the brakes and sends it all the way back out front and into the hands now of Jackson. Jackson bounces it over for Johnson. Johnson and Jackson Play catch for a while. Ooh, nice job by Luke Smith to save that one from going out of bounds, but he throws the ball right into the hands of Lowry. Lowry will come all the way down off the glass. Good for two. Been a long time since Belleville East has scored a point.
They've been in a drought. You go back to that last possession. Ja'Cory Brown gets the offensive board. The putback, he usually makes those, but couldn't get that one to fall. Belleville East had 9 offensive rebounds last night, only 2 second chance points.
Left all alone under the basket was Johnson Fowler. You cannot leave players all alone like that low post.
Yeah, especially just wide open, easy layup.
About as easy as they come, buddy. 4.5 minutes to go here in this first half. 22-8 in favor of Althoff. Here is Lowry. Lowry at the free throw line takes the shot, and nobody can make it from the free throw line, whether you're shooting freebies or not here for Belleville East.
It just feels like, nothing's going to fall right now for the Lancers. It's been a rough shooting day.
Sure has, so far anyway. Alex Johnson fires the ball over now for Jackson, and back to a free throw line, and a dribble drive there by Johnson Fowler, and a whistle will send him to the free throw line.
And Belleville East being down by 14, this is the largest deficit they've had to face in the first half this season. They've had to face double-digit deficits in the second half, but not this early. So it'll be interesting to see how they're going to attack this as you see some more substitutions. One of those guys is Nate Smith, who's only a junior. He's someone that has not played much on varsity. He's a JV guy. Someone that Coach Creek went to last night for Belleville East. He made a 3 out of a timeout that kind of got the Lancers a little bit of momentum. See if it kind of provides the same spark here for Belleville East.
One more shot coming up here for Johnson Fowler as he made the first one and extends that lead out to 23-8. Maybe they can take a page out of the playbook of Althoff and be a second half comeback team here today.
Yes.
They have a lot of work to do if they want to try to catch up here in the first half.
And yeah, and it's something about being a second half team. They're 0-4 when trailing at halftime.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah. 0-4 at halftime when trailing, and 0-5 when tied or trailing going into the fourth quarter. So, again, when I've been talking about deficits early, it'll be interesting to see how they're going to battle because they have not been a great second-half team this year.
Well, they're going to have to change that script if they want to come back and win this game.
It's going to be tough.
It is. Here is Coleman. Coleman will fire the ball over for Moody. And Moody just inside the perimeter will give the ball up now for Jackson. And back to Moody. Moody into the paint, takes the shot, and it still won't fall. And I'll tell you what. And that one is almost thrown away. Nice job over there by Alex Johnson to keep that one from going out of bounds, but then he returns the favor with a turnover of his own up to Coleman. Coleman, he had so much speed, he was about to run out of bounds, so he did a nice job keeping his feet in. As we approach 3.5 minutes to go from in front of the free throw line, that was off to the right-hand side, and the rebound this time belongs to Althoff. They'll bring it back up. Jackson slings a pass over to Grismala. Grismala, he'll cross the timeline near the scorer's table with 3:20 left to play here in this first half. Over to the top of the key, inside the perimeter, kicks it over in the corner to Johnson. Johnson drives baseline, but he is fouled, and that foul is going to belong to Nate Smith.
And Belleville East, this is just not the team that a lot of people thought we would see in this tournament coming in. Being down by 16 to Althoff in the 7th place game with 3:16 left in the first half. A lot of people did not see this, including myself. It's just been a rough tournament, and there's still time here for Belleville East to turn around, but Althoff's playing great right now. It's going to make things tough.
Yeah, Althoff is ranked in the top 20 in Class 2A, so they are a team to be reckoned with as they go back to work. Here is Jackson with a slingshot pass again over to Johnson. Johnson throws it into the corner for Smith. Back to the free throw line now for Johnson Fowler. Got a lot of Johnsons and Jacksons going on here.
They got a lot.
Here is Grismala. No mistake in that last name. And Grismala with a one-hand dribble and a one-hand shot. Banks it off the glass for 2, 26-8.
And Grismala now with 8. He's a good scorer and an 18-point lead.
Yeah. There's a drive. And I tell you what, Belleville East just cannot find the bottom of that basket.
I don't know what it is. I mean, they just cannot buy a basket right now. It is rough. It is rough.
Need to put those baskets on wholesale and reduce that price and see if they can buy one then.
But on clearance.
Yeah. Here's Grismala. Grismala tries to enter over from the right side. Can't do so. Picks up his dribble. Gives it to Smith. Underneath. Fowler. Johnson again. Wide open. Or Johnson Fowler. I got that backwards, but you know what I mean.
It goes back to what you said earlier. He was left wide open again.
Yeah.
Twice now.
A timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout as well. And we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Steven Stock with you. Glad that you're with us here on a chilly Friday night on this 29th day of December. Happy New Year to everyone, and hope everybody has a prosperous 2024. Right now, prosperity is not the word you would use to describe Belleville East.
Yeah, and Althoff was playing a great game while Belleville East only 2 points in the second quarter, getting outscored 12-2. It's a 10-point game. Now it's 20. I think this is the most Belleville East have been down by at any point in any game this season. So Danes are just looking really tough. As you mentioned, Althoff, one of the best teams in their class. So they're a good team, and down by 20 is not a good recipe.
There is Waller. Waller gives it up at the top of the key now for Jackson. And a fired pass will go all the way back to Jackson at the top of the key. And then he'll shoot it over onto the wing. And another three-point try. Somebody's got to hit one of these three-pointers at some point, don't they? Off the glass. Still won't roll in. Man, I'm telling you what. It's like there's a gremlin up there swatting that ball away every time Belleville East shoots it.
I mean, they cannot make a shot. And Belleville East also got a new guy in right now. That's a JV guy, Troy Alexander. He's a sophomore, number 22. Another see if Coach Creek, another guy's going to see if he can provide a spark.
Well, somebody's got to provide a spark.
Needs something.
A little sparky's not happening over here.
Yep.
Grismala, he enters the perimeter and gives it up for Hill. Hill, baseline drive, can't get it to go. Liverpool with a big, strong rebound. And now trapped over in the corner is Alex Johnson, but he gets out of it. Hill with a shot right off of the rim, and that resets the shot clock, and that was about ready to run out. 1:15 to go here in this first half. Here is Liverpool, his team up by 20. Thought about that three, did Alex Johnson. Instead, he gives it up to Lieb. Lieb enters the game after getting in some early foul trouble. Gives it back up now for Johnson. Johnson at the free throw line, back over to Liverpool. Liverpool in front of the East bench, takes the shot from the free throw line. Can't get it to fall after a big bounce, and the Lancers pick up the rebound. They'll bring it back up with less than a minute to go.
Need some momentum here. I obviously don't need to get. It's pretty hard to get all 20 points back. Get some buckets here. That's what we can do.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a 20-point shot. That's for sure.
Unfortunately not. And Belleville East, another turnover there. Turnovers, missed shots, plaguing them right now. And you look at Althoff. Deer Hill Jr., leading scorer on the season, only has 1 point in this game right now, which shows you how many good scorers they got on this team.
Yeah, they can spread that ball out, can the Crusaders? That's for sure. Here comes Liverpool. Liverpool, he approaches midcourt, brings it across the timeline in plenty of time, and then bounces a pass over for Grismala. Grismala cuts across the lane, back over to Liverpool. Liverpool on the near sideline. Dribbles just outside the lane, top of the key for Lieb. Hand off to Grismala. Grismala, he'll take a shot from the top of the elbow, no good, and the rebound belongs to Liverpool. Liverpool gets it outside, and another three-point shot. Nothing three-point-wise has fallen for anybody in this gymnasium today.
And they're wide-open shots, too. Good looks, just can't get them to fall.
There is a top-of-the-key shot for three, and that one won't go in. Rebound was put up too hard, and then a whistle will stop the clock with 6.3 seconds left to play here in this first half.
Yeah, Jackson had a good look up top, and the Waller did a good job getting the offensive rebound, but too strong, and Althoff has a chance to make a 22 or 23-point lead here at the half.
Final seconds. Here is Grismala, and he'll shoot one. Almost went in from the sideline and just swoops right out of there. 28-8 is the score at the end of one half of play. We'll take a break and bring you some stats and analysis here of this first half, and we'll do that after a timeout here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, PetroffTrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the KHawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the KHawk Sports Network and KHawkSports.com. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the KHawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville. Halftime score, Battle of Belleville between the Althoff Crusaders and the Belleville East Lancers. Right now, all Althoff, 28-8. Stephen Stock, Todd Duke back with you. And here's a look at your first half stats, and it's just as ugly as we thought it was. Belleville East, 3 of 25 from the floor, 0 for 7 from the three-point stripe, and actually 50% from the free throw line. And they went 2 for 4. Althoff has hit 11 of 27 from the floor, only 1 of 10 from beyond the three-point stripe. So between the two teams, 1 of 17. Althoff has done a good job hitting their free throws, going 5 of 6. The Crusaders are living off the rebounds right now, out-rebounding Belleville East 24-15. Not a lot of turnovers. Belleville East 5 and Althoff 4. But Belleville East only 6 points in the first quarter, 2 points in the second quarter. And the two numbers that jump out at me there, Stephen Stock, is Althoff has 14 points in the paint compared to Belleville East 4, and they have 14 points off of their bench compared to 2 for Belleville East.
Yeah, I'll talk about the points in the paint. We saw a lot of wide open layups down low, and that contributed to a lot of those. and then also a lot of offensive boards for Althoff, which led to putbacks. You'll also look at the bench points. Belleville East is a team that needs bench points. They're more than just their starters. They have a lot of depth. They have a lot of guys that are going to play. They need those guys to score, and Belleville East has only had 2 points off the bench, being the 2 from Jalen Coleman, so they need more in that department. Another thing I look at, the first day we talked about when we got the box score was that 3-point and the shooting percentage. 1 for 17 combined for 3 for both teams. Belleville East shooting 3 for 25. That is really, really rough, and it is going to be tough for Belleville East, but we'll see what they can do. We'll see what they can do out of the half. But, I mean, it's not just Belleville East shooting bad from 3. It's also Althoff.
Oh, yeah, both teams are shooting bad. Matter of fact, the first game we didn't have a lot of those either.
Yep.
So it's apparently a little 3-point jinx going on here in this gymnasium. We'll find out what happens in the second half. Steven Stock will have the call, and we'll be back to tell you all about half number 2 after a timeout here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here in Collinsville at Collinsville High School. This tournament's been going on for a long time. It's a lot of fun, and I'm glad that you're with us here on the K-Hawk Sports Network. 28-8, a 20-point deficit that the Belleville East Lancers have to make up. They will have the ball first, and I don't want to put any kind of onus on how important this first possession is, but you almost feel like you have to score here to stay back into this game. And here to tell you all about this second half is the voice of the Belleville Lancers, Mr. Steven Stock.
Appreciate it. Give me the microphone, give me the play-by-play. And you're going to have a lot of possessions here in the second half. I feel like you're going to have to score on it. Belleville East is going to have it right to left on your TV screen. Waller gets it across the timeline, gives it to Dawson. Dawson bounce pass up Brown. Brown top of the key, gives it to Waller. Gets a screen. Khalil with it. Up top for Mitchell. Mitchell to Lowry. Lowry right side of the key. Goes top of the key, picked up his dribble. Brown Dawson, a lot of good ball movement here on this possession, and stolen away. Got pickpocketed. Here comes Althoff, wants to run on a fast break all the way. Layup missed it, put back good, and it's a 22-point game just like that.
Yeah, Grismala doesn't mess around, man. He gets a finger on the ball. It's going in somewhere.
Yeah, first possession. You wanted to score, but turnover, and now down by 22, and Althoff with a little more momentum. Waller gives it to Mitchell. Lowry in the corner. Guarded by Lee, brings it up top. He picked up his dribble. Tallis gives it to Brown. Brown to Dawson. Dawson on a drive all the way. Double team puts it up and just lost it out of bounds. It was out of bounds off of Lieb, and Belleville East will keep it.
Yeah, Lieb went up there with both hands and almost had a hold of that ball, but it ends up bouncing off of him and going out of bounds. That's a lucky break there for East.
Yep, Belleville East down by 22, and you mentioned it all this tournament. Belleville East 0-4 when tied or trailing at the half, so for the Lancers, hope that trend does not continue, but down by 22 would be a tough task.
Got to break it at some point, don't you?
Yes, hopefully it might be the game, but we'll see. Lowry gives it to Brown. Brown on a drive all the way, just puts it up, missed it too short at the front of the rim, and rebounded by Hill. Here comes Althoff. They want to run left to right. Pass in the corner, Grismala. Back to Hill. He only has 1 point in that first half for Althoff, and he's their leading scorer in the season.
Yeah, hard to believe they're in the lead if he only has 1.
Yeah, but it just shows you how many good scorers they have. And, again, you talked about at the half, those bench points. Their bench has been playing big in this game. Up top, Hill, 12 on the shot clock. Passes out left wing, three-pointer catch and shoot. Missed it, another missed three. Tallis Lowry on a rebound. Only one made three up to this point for both sides. Lowry, kick out Waller, right wing. Calling for a screen. He'll get it from Brown to his left. Waller picked up his dribble at the free throw line. Gives it to Mitchell. Now to Dawson. Dawson takes on a drive on a head fake. Kick out Brown up top of the key. He goes right side of the lane. Kick out Waller. Waller on a drive. Puts it all the way up. He's going to finish. The Lancers have their first points of the half.
Waller was wide open for a three-point shot over on that right wing and just didn't even try to take it. I wonder if they're like, hey, you know what, guys? Just don't try three-point shots.
I mean, you might as well not with it. Lancers not making any, and Althoff is shooting about almost 10%, so you might as well not, as Hill has it up top. A 20-point game. Hill, left side of the lane, goes all the way. Light up. That's what he does best, his scored ability inside. He makes it 32-10.
Yeah, they just traded those 2 points back and forth, and now we have maybe an injury over there for Jalen Dawson. Or either that or he lost it. Oh, he's looking at his mouth. Maybe he got a little elbow to the teeth.
At Belleville East, they're going to have, it looks like Dawson's going to come off.
Yeah, he's going immediately over to the trainer's room.
Okay, yeah, because Moody came on for him, and so then it'll be Brown bringing it into Waller. So Dawson out. That's another big guy. Belleville East does not want to lose down by this much. You need somebody that can get some rebounds on the glass, and there goes assistant coach Keith Padgett going to go run him down. So hope to see how Dawson's doing. Hopefully he's okay. Lowry goes left wing, going to take on a drive all the way. Lost it, was stolen away by Liverpool, but out of bounds, and Belleville East will keep it.
Yeah, Liverpool poked that ball right out of there, but he was already so close to the baseline, there was no chance that was staying in.
Yeah, Liverpool is a pretty good point guard. He runs the offense really well, almost averaging 6 assists per game, but he's averaging almost 2.5 steals per game. That's what he does best on defense. Moody, right corner, picked up his dribble after a screen. Give it up top for Mitchell, almost lost it, but able to keep it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Waller. He's picked up his dribble. Gives it to Mitchell in the left block. Mitchell posted up, goes inside, lays it up, missed it. Rebound, fight for it, and Hill wins it for Althoff.
Yeah, that's how Belleville East continues to struggle right underneath the basket and couldn't get one to fall.
Hill for three.
Oh, it just won't go, man. It just won't.
Those are the shots, I mean, they usually making just in and out. And that's a good three-point shooter, too, man. It's not any threes going today. I don't know what it is with this game and this tournament. Lowry with it here. Here comes a screen from Brown. He wants a three of his own. Nope. Missed it too short. Here comes Althoff as they will slow things down. 4:35 to play. The clock's on their side here.
It's become almost comical.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, wide open threes aren't falling. Nothing's going to fall. Drive all the way. No good, but a foul on the drive with 4:28 to play. Althoff leads 32-10.
I think they're going to give that one to Brown. Yep, his first foul of this second half. Almost through the half of the third quarter, so that's not bad getting your first foul in.
Yeah. Go to the line is Alex Johnson, who has 3 points in the night. He has the only made three so far, knocks down the first. Jordan Jackson, Jalen Coleman to come in for Belleville East for Khalil Waller and Savion Mitchell.
Yeah, Johnson he has the only made three, and he was 1 for 5 himself.
Yeah.
He had half of the 3-point shots that Althoff took in that first half.
23-point game. Althoff their largest lead. Misses the second. Ja'Cory Brown brings down the rebound. Belleville East. Moody going all the way. Kick out Jordan Jackson, right corner. Picked up his dribble. Gives it to Brown up top. He calls the offense. Gives it to Moody. Gets a screen. Moody up top. Jackson. 20 on the shot clock. Hold it up top. Guarded by Lieb. Gives it back to Moody. He's guarded by Johnson. Right wing. And he lost it out of bounds. And they're going to say Belleville East is going to keep it. Just out on Johnson. There was close.
Yeah, went off of the back ankle there of Jeff Creek, the head coach.
Was right in front of him, and that's off substitution. They're going to go back to some of their starters. You got Guzmala coming in, Jackson coming in, and then Johnson Fowler and Luke Smith coming in. All have played crucial roles off the bench.
Yeah, you got to be pretty brave to kneel down on one knee on that sideline like that, because if somebody comes flying at you, you don't have a lot of room to move, time to move.
Yeah, and then Coach Creek does that a lot on that sideline. He likes to be up as close as he can, and he'll kneel a lot and stand a lot. Lowry almost had it stolen away. Here comes Jackson, want to take on a drive on a 1-on-3 all the way, missed it. Here comes Belleville East. They're going to have some numbers here on a fast break. Lowry kicks out right corner. Moody, catch and shoot three. Too short, no good. Here comes Hill. Brings it up across the timeline. Sorry, that is Hill. Gives it left corner for Liverpool left wing, and Althoff will slow things down. An interesting matchup here. Liverpool guarded by Brown. As gets back up top to him. 20 on the shot clock. Liverpool kicks out left corner for Luke Smith. He can pull the three inside on the drive. Put it up. Good! Whistle foul. Count the basket. It's good for Althoff. A 25-point lead, the largest.
At this point, I'll just be happy to see anybody make a three.
Yes. I mean, it's just no one can make it at all. I mean, I'm not sure what the tournament record is, but we could be getting close. We could be getting close.
Yeah. We're getting close on the wrong end of threes. We got a chance for Jamori Weisinger to set a new three-point record tonight as well, but this is not the kind of record you want.
Yeah, and I saw Weisinger shooting a pretty good three-point percent. I think it was like 66%, I think it was, something. So, yeah, that's pretty good. His next one's good. He completes the and one is Johnson. He's got 11, 26-point deficit. Belleville East only 2 points in this third quarter.
Yeah, they only scored 2 in the second as well.
Yeah, not a good.
Sensing a trend.
Yeah, not a good trend. Moody, pull-up jumper. Missed it. Rebound, Althoff. They bring it down. Is Hill, and they will slow things down. 3 minutes to play, 11 minutes to play in this one, and Belleville East down by 26. Could be getting close to that. Running clock in the fourth. Hill, left block, trying to use his moves, puts it up on Jackson. It's good. He's got 5.
Well, that lead's just widened and widened every time you take a trip down the other end of the court.
Yeah, Belleville East just no answer at all. They cannot get anything to do anything on offense. I mean, they're getting a few stops on defense, but just nothing on offense. And Althoff's had some good baskets, some good looks, and it's led to points. As Coleman had it stripped, but they're going to call a foul from behind. That'll be Althoff's first.
Yeah, Liverpool did a little arm chopping there and definitely got more arm and no basketball.
That's his second. 2:36 to go. Belleville East will trigger it in on the baseline. It'll be Coleman. Holden gets it in, and they're going to say that was, 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Kind of waited a little too long and couldn't get in time. And Belleville East is going to go to another guy on that JV team. It's going to be Christian Khalil Newsom. He's going to come in for Jordan Jackson. So some of those younger guys on this team are going to get some play minutes here.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's to spark the team or to let you guys know that, this is out of hand.
Oh, I think it's probably a little bit of both, because Coach Creek did try a little bit of that last night as well and didn't really – it did a little bit of an impact. There's going to be a foul on that drive. But also Belleville East has none of their starters in. There's no starter out there for Belleville East. All of them are on the bench, so it's all bench guys.
I hate to point this out to you, man, but another couple of points, and you got that 30-second thing going on here. And I know it's not the fourth quarter yet, but
there's a three.
There you go.
Bang
Finally,
for Hill.
Somebody hits a three-point shot. Celebrate, everybody.
There you go. Moody will have it a 31-point game, and there it is. So if it stays at 30 or more going to the fourth, that running clock will start. Moody, right wing, gets it up top for Jenkins. Jenkins trying to take on a drive all the way, puts it up. That's going to fall off the glass. His first points, 29-point game. Jackson will get it across the timeline, 41-12, under 2 minutes to play in the third. Jackson with space, gets it free throw line. Johnson Fowler holding, gives it to Liverpool, not stolen away. Here comes Jalen Coleman on a run. Fans back out to 3, gets it to Jenkins. Jenkins triple team, and he gets fouled. That'll be the second on Althoff with 1:40 to play in the third.
Yeah, pinballed off a couple of bodies there after they came in to try to provide some defense. Guzmala is going to check back into the game, as is Alex Johnson for Althoff. Liverpool will head to the bench, as will Hill.
Yeah, Liverpool third foul now and a little bit in foul trouble, but going to two your best scorers in Guzmala and Johnson coming in for them is for Hill and Liverpool. Up top, Coleman. Right elbow on a drive all the way. Lays it up. Missed it. Rebounds tipped out the three-point line. Jenkins has it for Belleville East. Lancers.
Not anymore.
Yep, lost it. Try to do a crossover, and here comes Althoff on a run. Layup good for Johnson. He's got 6. Althoff back up by 31. Jalen Coleman will have it for Belleville East. Out of that last possession before that turnover, got a bucket. Hopefully maybe string it together. Couldn't after a turnover. Moody. Up top, Nate Smith with it for Belleville East. Try to pass it, stolen away. That's going to go out of bounds off of Althoff. Lancers keep it, 67 seconds to go. There'll be 21 on the shot clock.
I'm guessing you guys haven't suffered the mercy rule at this point in the season this year.
Nope.
No.
This is large deficit at all we've faced all year. So I believe the largest loss was at Edwardsville. I think that was about a 14-point game to that, or here at Collinsville. But none of those games obviously got to that running clock territory. Another turnover. You know, when things just aren't going your way, they aren't going your way. You're seeing that here for Belleville East. Just making costly mistakes with costly turnovers and not making your shots. It's just been a rough day on offense. And the defense hasn't been as great as you want to. You know, Belleville East is more of a defensive team this year, not really going to rely on their scoring. And Althoff has 43 points as we almost get into the fourth quarter. Guzmala kicks it inside, wide open layup, good.
Oh, boy.
33-point lead.
Yeah, that old saying, when it rains, it pours, and that's definitely happening to Belleville East here tonight.
No, that is exactly what it is. Coleman with it here. Belleville East down by 33 with 32 seconds to play. Smith inside, and they're going to call a foul as he took a spin. Troy Alexander, a sophomore, is going to come in for Belleville East, another one of those JV guys. He's going to come in for Moody. So you got 3 JV guys, and then a senior in Christian Jenkins, and a sophomore in Jalen Coleman out there right now for Belleville East. An interesting lineup.
Yeah.
Alley-oop, Nate Smith puts it up. It's going to fall. His first points. 31-point game. 20 seconds to play. Shot clock turned off for this probably final possession for Althoff. Up by 31. He might as well keep the ball and have that running clock to start off the fourth. Guzmala, left wing. Jackson back to Guzmala. 10 on the play clock. 7, 6, going to run down. He's going to go to his right, trying to get past Coleman. 5, 4, 3, kicks out right corner. Smith catch and shoot 3 at the buzzer. In and out, 1 and go. Rebounds tipped, and that'll end the third quarter. Althoff leads 45-14 in the 7th place game here at the Collinsville Holiday Tournament of the Prairie Farms Tournament. Fourth quarter coming up next year on the KHOC Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are KHOC Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go KHOCs!
Dare Hill Jr. with the bucket out of the timeout. He's got 10 of 9. It's a 33-point game, running clock territory here in the fourth quarter of this game of Belleville East and Althoff in the 7th place game here at this Prairie Farms Holiday Tournament. Student stack here with my partner Todd Duke here on the KHOC Sports Network. Belleville East has it here. Just a rough showing by the Lancers today.
This is the 4th running clock game we've had on the main floor here in this tournament. 2 of them belong to Collinsville.
And Belleville East still has not made a 3. Khalil Newsom's 3 is no good. Coleman on a putback. That's no good. Rebounds tipped out to 3. Nate Smith has it. Kicks out Troy Alexander. He was wide open for a 3. Pulls up from mid-range instead. He gets it. His first points. I believe that might be his first varsity points. Nope. That's his 10th point on the year, varsity-wise.
Well, at least somebody gets something from kind of a mid-range jumper.
Yeah, that's also a shot Belleville East has not been able to hit here today either. There's a foul on the RN under 7 minutes to play with that running clock, and Althoff with 2 free throws will be Alex Johnson to the line. Nate Smith picks up the Foul, that's his third.
This is where the running clock really hurts you when you have free throws, man, because that clock
Yes.
just rolls and
No, it is.
rolls.
It's crazy to think, you really don't notice it with a stopped clock, but so much time runs down with a running clock at the free throw line.
Yep, sure does.
Johnson,
Especially when you got those guys who take their time at the line.
Johnson makes the first. He's got 7 now, and he's the 4th leading scorer for Althoff. You got 3 double-figure guys. Johnson, Fowler with 13, and both with 10. Guzmala and Hill. Second one is good. 33-point game. Jenkins on a drive all the way. Layup missed it. Too strong. Rebounded by Liverpool. Still cannot make the layups. And Belleville East, when those final stats come out after this one, that shooting percentage, it's going to be very, very low.
Yeah.
Can't even make a layup right now. Something Belleville East kind of relies on is the paint game that play physicality down low, and it's not really been shown in this one. Lieb inside, had it stolen away, intercepted by Jenkins. He wants to run. Bounce pass inside to Khalil Newsome. Gets back to Jenkins, just puts it up, missed it, too short. Rebound Alexander knocked out of his hands, and Belleville East will keep it.
This is a battle for the 7th place trophy. We got the battle for 5th place coming up after this one between MacArthur and Triad. And then we'll move our way back to the consolation side of the bracket. One final time for the consolation championship, Granite City and Carbondale.
I'll be interested to see how that one out. Granite City, they had a really close first-round game, and they felled MacArthur, and they played really good in that consolation bracket. Same day with Carbondale. They looked really good.
Hey, Granite City gave Collinsville fits at Granite City earlier this year.
Yeah, I saw that. So Granite City, they're really, a record, I believe they're under 500, but it's a team that definitely can give team problems. Nate Smith inside, layup missed it.
My God, man, that just nothing will fall.
Another missed shot by the Lancers. Althoff wants to run. Guzmala on a drive, layup missed it, too short. Khalil Newsome on a rebound. Here comes Nate Smith. Lancers have numbers. Smith on a drive all the way to the hole, layup, no, and there's going to be a foul under 5 minutes to play.
I'm telling you, there's a gremlin up there just smacking that ball away.
There's got to be something because it is just, man, just good looks, good drive like that by Smith all the way to the hole, and just can't finish as Liverpool picked up his 4th personal.
Somebody broke out the voodoo doll.
Possibly. First one no good, and it continues at the free throw line now. Nate Smith 0 for 1 at the line on this season. He has shot 8 free throws, 6 for 8, so 6 for 9 now, and
oh my, oh my.
Out, 6 for 10.
Oh my.
Hill Jr. on a drive all the way, got past Smith. Alexander to help, missed it. Rebound, Nate Smith for the Lancers. 4 minutes to play. Nate Smith running the point, gets it to Coleman, tipped away by Liverpool. Belleville East will keep it in a 33-point game.
Well, the one bright side of the running clock here for everybody else involved is it's got us back on track.
Yeah,
as far as time goes.
And I think also for Belleville East, they probably want to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's just been it started off well, that 9 o'clock game on Wednesday, and then it looked like in the Thursday, it just kind of was exactly the opposite for Belleville East. Not a good game against Lincoln, not a good game against Triad. A 7-point loss last night. Coming in today, hopes are a little high, trying to maybe we'll take 7th place as Jenkins on a drive all the way.
There you go.
Oh, it's good. He's got 4.
Might make it to 20 points before the game's over.
Hopefully. 31-point game, 3:25
I know
to
that
go.
Lancer's still got a return trip here to Collinsville later this year.
Yep. And a whistle.
That was a
substitutions.
Substitutions coming in as Althoff's going to clear their bench.
And Belleville East, when they come back after this tournament, they're going to come back from when we start second semester next week. Their conference play starts back up, and they're going to be home Tuesday against the team in this tournament, the Panthersville Found, who looked pretty good yesterday against Quincy. So there's that, and they're going to have to play Belleville West at Belleville West next Friday. So a tough conference schedule. Inside, layup, missed it, too short. Rebounds tipped out, and Althoff has it. They're going to throw that one away. Almost tracked it down.
Yeah,
and
he was his
out
feet
of bounds.
I thought his feet were on the purple line when he touched the ball.
That's what they're going to say. That's number 25, Zach Winkler, who played a little bit in that overtime win for Belleville East last week against Althoff.
And when Collinsville comes back, they have a non-conference game to start off on, I think, Wednesday against Jacksonville. And then they head to Edwardsville on Friday, 1 week from tonight.
Well, the thing is, so far, the Southwestern Conference has been very interesting. Collinsville's played some close games. Everyone's really played close games. And so far, it feels like anybody has any shot to win a game any given night. It's been close competition so far. And obviously, we only played about 3 or 4 games in the conference. Belleville East has only played 2 as Jenkins with the 3 left wing. Missed it. Rebound tipped. Offensive board. Newsome. Jenkins on a drive. Layup missed it. Too strong on our call. Foul with 2 minutes to play.
That one almost made it. That was almost a basket when it probably shouldn't have been a basket.
Yeah, it was a good, and just kind of threw it up there. And it almost went in. That foul's on number 25. That's Zach Winkler, his first, and Jenkins to line for 2. So this Southwestern Conference still a long way to go, and it'll be interesting to see ends up who's going to end up winning it. But had some battles so far.
Yeah, the gauntlet that is January and February in the Southwestern Conference can prove to be very difficult.
Yeah, and Belleville East had to take on Collinsville and Edwardsville on the road in their first 2 games, both double-digit losses. They were going to play at Alton. That game got postponed. Second one is good for Jenkins. He's got 5. So Belleville East, that game actually got made up. They're going to play on a Saturday and a Tuesday on back-to-back weeks. So that'll be interesting. So Belleville East will have to play Alton twice in about 4 days.
I heard about that canceled game after they medical problem. Hope that young man's all right.
Yep, everything's good for now, and and it was kind of a scary situation, but all good now as Belleville East, under 60 seconds to play, is down by 32. Jenkins, kick it out left corner. Nate Smith wants a 3. Bang! There's Belleville East, his first 3.
Break out those champagne bottles there before New Year's Day, man. That's worth celebrating.
There you go. Belleville East now down by 29, and their first 3 comes from the junior Nate Smith. Kick out right corner. Althoff wants a 3 to respond. Missed it. Rebound. Khalil Newsom tracks it down for Belleville East. He'll throw it up for Jenkins. Jenkins, 28 seconds on a drive all the way. Puts up. He's fouled. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Oh, sorry. Was it a block foul?
No,
it was a foul. Okay, there we go. Whistle foul. Count the basket for Jenkins. I thought the ref pointed on the offensive foul first. He was pointing at the scorer's table. Anyway, Christian Jenkins may have a chance here to get 8 points on the night and make it a 26-point game as 6 seconds
well,
out.
Better hurry up.
A little buzzer beater here, maybe.
Yeah.
3
buzzer
seconds.
beater from the free throw line.
There it is.
And there it goes.
Got it.
And
did they call it on the floor?
I guess they did.
All right. Well,
that's going to do it.
There it is. Althoff wins 51-25. They're going to claim 7th place in this Prairie Farms Holiday Classic tournament here from Collinsville. Todd Duke, it was great doing this game with you. I've had a great 3 days. I thank you so much for giving me the opportunity here to join you guys for these 3 days. Being able to experience this tournament, it's been so much fun and something I'm going to remember for a while.
Yeah, thank you for showing up, man. Hopefully I can return the favor during the Chick-fil-A tournament.
That would be awesome.
We'll find that out, and I'll let you know.
Sounds good, buddy.
All right, that is Steven Stock. My name is Todd Duke. We have another break coming up for you, and then we have the 5th place game between MacArthur and Triad, and that will be coming up here in just a few minutes on the K-Hawk Sports Network.